welcome back. Morning Barbados. It's about 12 minutes after 6. I don't want to rush you. I don't want to scare you either. Yes, and it's time for man on technology, Gabriel Abed, to say good morning to you. Good morning,
Good morning.
Good morning, Gabriel. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Yeah, we're doing good. Have you been taking any crop-over activities?
Not as yet. It's just been work, more work.
Oh, you don't want to be a dull boy, Gabriel.
Maybe you can develop an app for busy people who need to take in crop over.
We have a couple of those, and a couple of nice project management apps, but they don't save that much time on a day.
What about party apps? You know, for those who want their party on their phone.
or who want to work remotely and fool the boss that they're actually in the office when they're actually at Panindi City.
They have Facebook for that.
True.
Okay, all right.
It's very true.
So I guess we could jump into Facebook. What's been happening with Facebook and Google Plus?
Well, Google Plus just hit 10 million users in the first 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So that has Facebook on the edge. You know, Mark Zuckerberg was one of the original people that signed up for Google Plus. He had an account. He was followed by, I think, 23,000 users, and he just dropped off the face of Google Plus last week, or sometime earlier this week. It's actually quite funny because Facebook now is going against banning Google Plus ads that are coming up on Facebook. They're trying a bunch of different measures to try to hold on to their users as much as possible. This is a huge threat for Facebook.
This is getting so petty though, Gabriel. I mean, they're banning their ads, really? People are going to do what they're going to do, aren't they?
Yeah, and you know, Google, they have infinite amount of money, so they're going to just keep spending money on viral marketing and marketing in general, and they're going to keep growing and growing. I would say by next weekend, you should see that double to 20 million users. Don't hold me to that stat, but the way they're growing from the info charts, I think they'll get there.
So for those who are looking on this morning and wondering, maybe they haven't yet caught on, what's Google Plus and why is Facebook so a little bit wary?
Well, the market has more room for a social website, and that's what Google Plus has come along and delivered. A new type of social website that, rather than having less control, in the case of Facebook, where your algorithms were preset, all your usage was just out there, Google now gives the user full control. If you didn't want to be on Google Plus, you can delete it. All your account information is completely deleted with you. Facebook doesn't allow you to walk away. So that's the first thing right there. The second thing is it's something other than Facebook. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh social scene. It has what's called circles. So if I want to publish, let's say, a music video, and I only want to publish it to my friends, I only need to publish it to my friends within my friend circle. So my family gets left out of it, my business relationships get left out of it, etc., etc. So it's I would say not an ingenious way, but a new way of doing social networking. So it's Twitter and Facebook bundled into one, but obviously a Google product. So.
And we've spoken before about the power of Facebook and the fact that there's so many users that maybe they don't worry too much about losing people. 10 million in 2 weeks, though, is a little bit of a scare. But then to do something like that, aren't they afraid of perhaps alienating some more people? But they just don't care.
No, I think they're looking at prevention's better than cure, rather than waiting for Google to keep launching its various ads across its network. Let's just cut it out right now. And
why help them, huh?
Correct. And we are potentially looking at the largest growing network in the entire world, and that's going to be Google Plus. Just an estimation, but the way it's growing right now, it could very well be that.
Are we in danger of not having certain infrastructural and legislative frameworks catch up with what's happening with technology? I mean, there was a story on the weekend about a woman who updated her Facebook status with pictures of her son who had been fallen ill on Mother's Day, and a few of her friends who are pediatricians said get him to the hospital now, because after quick pictures, a description of the symptoms, and a quick Google on the WebMD, he had a very rare disease. 3 months later he's still recovering from it. But then of course we have doctors who have their patients as their Facebook friends, and it gets a bit blurred. I mean, can we keep up? Because they're galloping ahead.
I honestly don't think we can, because legislations take very long to pass through. They have to go through the right ropes and the right ladders, and they have to go through all the politicians' hands and the user votes. You have different things like that. Bills need to be passed before legislation's made. With technology, it's whichever company decides they want to roll it out. Tomorrow I wake up, I decide I have this new technology device that's new and unique, and I decide to roll it out. No laws are set up to prevent whatever illegal activities are legal in that case that I may be doing. So by then it's too late.
So self-regulation is the key.
Yes, exactly. You just have to hope that the user community is doing the right thing and pushing the
And does it have a flexible moral spectrum?
a lot of people don't have a lot of morals online.
So I've gotten a little bit jaded with the Facebook experience. I see Google Plus as a way to go. But I have all these friends already on Facebook. Is it easy to go from one to the next?
Yeah, a simple Google search on how to transfer your friends from Facebook to Google Plus. It's available. It's done through a backdoor with the Yahoo accounts, because that's the only backdoor Facebook's making available right now. The question is, do you want to do that? Because Facebook was something old, where you just added all your friends, you didn't care who you were adding. At least I know I did, and most people do. Now with Google Plus, you can now add people as they come along and sort them into the right circles. Once again, I could have my friends, I could shoot them into friends, my family, I could put them in family, business relationships and business relationships. So when I do publish information online or through my Facebook account, I can then limit who gets to see it or which circles get to see it. So it's a great way now to actually start over your social experience online.
If you're so minded anyway.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's kind of a wait and see and hold on to your hats, really, because of the speed at which everything is going. But there's also something brewing under the surface with Microsoft and Sony. Your eagle eye is picked up on 2 new domain names. What's going on?
Well, over the week, July 13th to be exact, Microsoft registered 2 new domains, 2 new .coms. Most people will just be like, whatever, Microsoft already has 30,000 domains. 30,300 to be around a ballpark figure. But they just registered Microsoft-Sony.com and Sony-Microsoft.com. Yeah, for those of you that appreciate technology and amalgamations, this can very well be another step to Microsoft trying to play the competing game against Apple and Google. So we can very well see, I don't know, a Microsoft Connect / PS3.
Wow. Well, in some of the Windows stores, actually, they were bundling laptops with the PlayStation. Like, you could buy a laptop and get the PlayStation for free. So you might be onto something.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it was Microsoft's mistake in registering those domains in the public domain. Yeah. Everyone's seeing the who is on them, and there's a lot of chit chatter right now. It may be Microsoft is just domain hoarding. Who knows? But it's still a very cool idea that there could be an amalgamation of 2 large tech companies.
Yeah, because even if Microsoft is domain hoarding, Sony would have to have given them some sort of permission to register.
Not necessarily.
You could just use the Sony name?
Well, they might be able to register it and battle it in court for, Sony obviously might have a trademark on Sony, the name itself, but at the same time, those domain battles are near impossible to win.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of companies try it all the time, and domain sharks get away with it.
I see.
It's amazing how technology has its own lingo.
Yes.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as a domain shark.
People that just buy massive amounts of domains. I'm a domain shark. I own.
Gabriel.
I don't own that many. It's just around
30,000.
No, 300 or 400 domains.
And when you have sharked a bunch of domains, then what do you do?
I just hold on to them.
Yeah, because somewhere along the line, somebody
someone's
might
gonna want
and
it.
I probably once a month I get an offer on a random one of my domains. I choose not to sell them, or I sell them depending on how much I like that particular domain or how powerful it is. I have a couple 4-character .coms, which are very rare these days.
Okay. But unfortunately, you didn't come up with Twitter.com, did you? But
they would have come out with another techie name.
Probably,
Fleek.com.
200 million registered users. I don't even know how many people that is. Like, I can't fathom it.
200 million users, give or take about 400 times the size of Barbados or more. That's how much new users are registered on Twitter right now. Sorry, that's how much users are registered on Twitter, with 365 billion tweets a day.
So one of whom from the Beckham's new daughter, Harper, by the way. Just goes to show how technology is changing even the concept of childhood.
Yes, it is. It really is. Like I said, technology is the most, I would say, impact on the human life we've ever seen in history. It's the biggest impact on human life.
Wow.
Well, I have a Twitter account, and I have to admit that I'm not a regular
tweeter.
Right. So when we look at 200 million people, about how many tweets a day are we thinking?
Well, you know what? Twitter picks up around the time, so you see celebrity things happening, gossip shows. But what really has helped Twitter in the last couple of months is the protests. users around the world now are picking up on it because they can now stay in touch with what's happening within their society, and people outside of their society can now see what's happening. You look at Iran and Iraq and all those places that in the Middle East are having those uprisings. Twitter has been one of the driving forces in helping those protests continue because people are now informed, they know where to meet for their mass riots, and they know what to do. They're better prepared and better socialized.
And you have all these flash mobs and that sort of things happening. Did they? You think they saw this as part of the use of it when it came on stream?
Very unlikely. Yeah. Very unlikely. Twitter was meant to be a way that you can stalk your friends by following them. By the way, feature of Google Plus. You can now follow people and friends.
Like you don't necessarily stalk your friends.
No, I would prefer the word follow.
Okay, well, you know what? There are people out there that do stalk celebrities, and their every move. Follow, yes, you may call it follow, but some people take it to a whole new level.
And that's why I asked about the legislation, because you think to yourself, oh, I have a friend in Adelaide, in Sydney, and I love to find out what he's doing, what wines he's drinking, whatever else. But then if he's making that public and someone else with less honorable intentions is picking up his every move, that opens him to some sort of security breach. It happens to Serena Williams. She was tweeting her locations and there she goes, she has a stalker.
Wow. You see, like I said, stalker.
Yes, you were right the first time.
So are you guys going to sign up to Google Plus?
Someone actually sent me a link for it, and I have to sit down and think very carefully about it because I'm quite happy with my Facebook experience right now.
Oh, don't
Is it that you have to have a link? You know, when Gmail came out, you
have to get an invite.
So you have to get an invite.
Well, I got an invite. I don't know right now if they've opened it to the general public as yet. But I've been using it, and I have to say I really do love it. It's really nice. It's new. It's something a bit fresh. It's not Facebook. I can delete it when I want and walk away when I want, which is key to me. Being in control of my data, that's the most important thing I care about.
Isn't that just techie newness, though? Something else is going to come along in a year and make you excited again.
I don't know. Google may very well be able to hold the top of the market with this one. Because they're the ones that are going to keep buying the little companies that come around.
Do you think they're going to learn from the lessons, learn from the mistakes that Facebook made, like changing the content or changing the format without letting users know?
They would more than likely keep doing those same mistakes because those same mistakes keep users on board. They make it better for the larger masses. And it's the small guy that complains, but he gets ignored. But what Google's doing is they actually have a community helping build Google+. You can actually participate if you wanted. You can suggest an idea or a feature that you would like to see implemented, and they'll do it. Or they may do it.
Well, that's the thing, I guess, about Google that is most appealing to those who are really serious techies, that you get that involvement.
Yeah.
That Facebook kind of cuts you out of, and you just sit back and have to take what comes, right?
Exactly, exactly. And you need to remember as well that Google already has a suite of products out there. So with this amalgamation of all their products into one large heap of goodness.
I think Gabriel was just about to go.
Yeah, Gabriel's sold. You can tell. He has that gleam in his eye. He has that new thing.
I've always been pro Google, so anything they develop, as long as it's not a paid service, I like it.
You like it. I like it.
You know, at the end of the day, I think it was a gentleman named Andrew Lewis that stated, if we aren't buying the product, we are the product being sold. If we are getting the product for free. So in the case of us using Google for free, we ourselves, the users, are the product. All
right, we're going to wrap up, but you were telling us about an app before we go, and we're still waiting for that great app to come out of Barbados. But you're telling us about an app?
It's actually a free app. I recently got an Android smartphone, another one, just as a side phone, so I can get my Android apps.
Right.
And
listen, Barbados, this is important.
And there's this app called Mosquito Away or Anti-Mosquito. I forgot the name of it. And you play it, and it emits an ultrasonic frequency of, I believe, between 16 and 22 megahertz. And it chases, it's annoying to mosquitoes.
I want one.
I've tested it, and it made the mosquito go away, but it was only one mosquito.
Oh,
so
okay.
So you don't know how it's going to work with a swarm of them.
Correct. And I don't even know if that mosquito went away on its own. Or
if it went on its own free will, or if it was sent away.
Exactly. So I definitely will give it another try.
Maybe future testing.
I'll go sit out in the grass tomorrow. And
you go be a crash test dummy for that mosquito
I'll
app,
let you guys
let us
know how it goes.
Tweet
Definitely.
me.
Right.
I'll tweet you.
We wait to hear from you next Monday to see how that experiment goes. Thank you again, guys.
Thanks, Gabriel.
And for those who are wondering, no, it wasn't invented by a Barbadian, but we're still waiting for a Barbadian to come up with a great app that we can talk about. So keep working at it, guys. And Gabriel will be back again next Monday. Thanks.